like Hezbollah in Iraq.
Now, an Islamic revolution began in Iran, but it actually started in Najaf with Ayatollah Khomeini, 14 years in Najaf, planning his revolution in Iran. Do you believe that Iran now is planning a revolution in Iraq? And if so, how are they planning it?
ئەڵێ سەورەی ئیسلامی لە ئێران ڕوویە بەڵام پلانەکەی لە نەجەفەوە لەلایەن ئایەتوڵا خومینی دەستی پێ کرد. ئێستا بە هەمان شێوە تەسەورەکەن ئێران سەورەیەکی ئیسلامی بۆ عێراق دروستکات لە ئێرانەوە دروست بێت؟
ئێران ئەمڕۆ جێشی مەهدی لە عێراقا دروست کردووە دامێکا و پشتیوانیە کات و ئێوێ لە ئەمن و ئاسایش لە عێراقا نەمێنێ نەبێ و هێزەکانی ئەمریکا مەشغوڵکن لە عێراقا و بەتەکید هەرچی لە توانایە نەبێ دامی ئەو هەموو حرەکەیەک یا هەموو منەظەمەیەک یا هەر کەسێکی تر بێ کە ئەمڕۆ دژی ئەمریکەکان بێ و بۆ تێکدانی منطقەکە ئەوان ئەیکەن.
Absolutely, we think about that Iran is behind all the negative activities in Iraq, especially they are funding and supporting the groups, Islamic groups and the illegal organizations inside Iraq. The goal is to attack the American benefits or to stand in the way of the security of in Iraq.
Is this about creating a greater Shia state from Iran all the way through Iraq to Lebanon? A Shia revolution?
أما سوريكي شيعية لإيران وبو عراق بو لبنان لايتو؟
من پێم وایە ئەوانە ئەیانەوێت لە منطقەکە چۆن کاتی خۆی ئیمپراتۆرەتی ئیسلامی هەبووە لەو منطقە بە هەمان شێوە دەسەڵاتێکیان هەبێ هەمان ئیمپراتۆریەت و دەسەڵات و مەکانە بۆ خۆیان دروستکەنەوە لە ڕووی سەیطرەکردن بەسەر منطقەکە و ڕووی عەسکەری و هەموو شتەکە.
He says that if you hear...
No, in Afghanistan, we watched the Russians be defeated in Afghanistan, and then all of a sudden the Soviet Union fell apart. Do they think in their mind, if they can drive America out of Iraq, that America is going to fall apart or something? They think they will be succeeding in some way to the next goal?
والله أفغانستان كسوفيت هات مثلا دريان كردن بقوة بنوكاته أو دركرانو أو قوتيان كنترول كرد لو منطقة أي استهمان بيركنو يعني لعراق أجر بيتو هذه أمريكي دركن لعراق أين قوتي يعني أبي لعراق وابيدا كانوا.
مثل ما يسجل بعراق لجر دستي أوانا.
I guess that most of Iraq is under control of them.
Under control of who?
Of the Islamic groups and the Ahmadi
Shia. Most of Iraq is under control of the Islamic. Your region is the only region in Iraq that is the dream of the president. The president's dream was stability and democracy. So the only part of Iraq that has complemented the Bush plan is in fact Kurdistan. That's it. It's the model and the success story for the president. What can America do to increase this success story?
الله هرمي كردستان ناوچەی کوردستان خەونی سەرۆک بوش بوو کە لە عێراقا بێتەدی خەونەکەی بەست لە کوردستان هاتەدی لە ئیستقراریەت لە ئیستقرار و لە دیموکراسیت ئایا ئەمە ئەمریکا ئەتوانێت چی بکە بۆەوەی ئەمە هەموو عێراق وەکو ئێرەی لێبێت
پێش هەموو شتێک کە بێ ئێمە هەوڵ بدەین هەموو حدودەکانی عێراق قایم بکەین کە ئەو تیرۆریستانە نەتوانن تسلل كان بين ناو عراق وحدود هم حدودي دولة إقليمية كان.
First of all, the first step is we have to think about how to shut down and close the borders, all the Iraqi borders.
هەرچی هێزی ئەحزاب و کە پێڵن هێزی ئەحزاب و میلیشیا کە خازعنێن بۆ قانون هیچی ئەو هێزانە نەیاڵێ.
And next step is we have to not let the militia and the parties controlling the situation.
يعني بي أو هێزانە جيشە کە سەر بە وەزارەتی دیفاعە و پۆلیس و ئاسایشە سەر بە وەزارەتی داخلیەیە جگە لەو هێزانە هیچ هێزێکی تر لە عێراقا نەمێنێ.
He means that we should not allow any armed forces except the regular forces like Iraqi army who are related to Ministry of Defense and the borders which are related to Ministry of Interior. So the regular army is wanted only.
کاری خزمەتگوزاری و ئاوادانکردنەوە لە سەرتاسەری عێراقا دەست پێ بکات و گۆڕان هەبێت.
And America should start again the reconstruction of Iraq from north to south.
ژیانی خەڵک باش بکرێ و ئاستی ژیانیان بەرز بکرێتەوە.
And we have to try to develop the life of our community and our people.
دەست بکرێ بە پاکسازی لە ناو جێیش و پۆلیس و ئاسایش و ئەوانەی کە عونسوری خراپ و تێکدەرن تەصفیە بکرێن و دەربکرێن.
And fighting the corruption, finding also the corruption in the government and the people.
جیهازی جێیش و پۆلیس و ئاسایش بەهێز بکرێن و تەدریبیان پێ بکرێ و پڕچەک کرێن.
And strength system of army in Iraq.
نظامی ئەقالیم ئەو ئەقلیمانە کە هەن عێراق کرێ بە چەند ئەقلیمێک و لە عێراقێکی یەکگرتووە یەک بگرنەوە.
The federalism for Iraq, many federalism regions for Iraq be good.
و نێڵ غەدر لە هیچ قەومێ بکرێت.
And protect the rights of the other nations in Iraq.
Now you have a big oil reserve field they considered the largest maybe in the world in Kirkuk. If the United States government came into Kurdistan and established a major military base, would this detour the Turks and the Iranians from bothering their Kirkuk fields?
ئەو ئازادی کە ئیمڕۆ لە کوردستانە هەیە کە خۆی بە چاوی خۆی بینێ ئەوە ئازایەتی بوونی ئەمریکا و جێشی ئەمریکیە لە کوردستانە.
This freedom you see in Kurdistan now by your eyes is it's related to US Army and US people.
و ئێمە پێمان وایە بەبێ جێشی ئەمریکا ئێمە ناتوانین ئەو کیانە بپارێزین و ئەو ئازادی و سربەخۆیی کە ئیمڕۆ هەیە بیپارێزین.
And we absolutely believe that we can't protect this freedom and this democracy without US Army and without US government.
و پێمان وایە ئیمڕۆ گەورەترین دۆستی ئێمە ئەمریکایە و ئێمە نزیکترین دۆستی ئەمریکایشین.
And we believe also 100% that we are the best friends of America in the area and America is the best friend of us also.
و ئەوەی کە من هێڵێمەوە دڵی خەڵکی کوردە لە کوردستانە.
This is not what I'm saying only, it's words from the hearts of every individual Kurdish people.
و ئیمڕۆ ئومێدی خەڵکەوەیە کە ئەمریکا لە هەموو دەست درێژەیەک بیپارێزێ.
And the dreams of Kurdish people is that America stay here and protect them from any attack.
بۆیە پێمان خۆشە و داوای شەکەین کە گەورەترین قاعدەی ئەمریکی لە کوردستانەدا بمەزرێت.
So we are very, very pleased and we are requesting to create a biggest or major American base in Kurdistan.
و ئەوە زەمانێکە بێ بۆ دیموکراتیەت.
And this will ensure us for establishing and democracy.
و زەمانێکە بێ بۆ ئەو ئەمن و ئاسایشی کە لە ئیمڕۆ لە کوردستانە هەیە بپارێزێتەوە لە ڕێشەوە بڵاو بکات بۆ هەموو عێراق.
And it's also ensure for that the protection of the democracy we had in Kurdistan and then expansion of this the democracy to other Iraq.
و هیچ دەوڵەتێکی ئیقلیمیش نەتوانێت تەدەخل بکات لە ئیشوکاری ناوخۆی چ کوردستان چ عێراق.
And none of any regional countries like Turkey, Iran, Syria can intrude themselves in Iraqi issues.
talk to me about the borders. You said that the borders need to be closed. Precisely is transpiring at those borders at this present time?
لەبارەی قسەیەکت کرد داخستنی حدود یەکێ لە مەبەستەکان باشترین شتەوەی حدود داخرێ ئەو حدودە دەوری چییە ئێستا لە مەشاکلەکانە
ئەو حدودانە ئێستا چێکراوەیە بە هەوسی خۆی ئێرهابیەکان یەنە ناو عێراقەوە و لێشەوە ئەچنە دەرەوە و هەرچی ئیمکانیەت و پێویستیەکیان هەبێ بۆ کاری تەخریبیش لێوە هێنە ناو.
The borders, Iraqi borders are opened and without any control. So the terrorism and every groups they can easily, without any, without any hardest steps, they can intrude themselves to Iraq and bring equipments because it's not under control.
Well,
من نعلم حدود داخل لروي تجارتها ويا لروي أوانيك بموافقته بالرسمي ولا رجعي موافقته أنا ودينا ناو عراق ويا العراق درجة بدلة إقليمية كان بالكل أو حدود أنا داخل لروي أو كسانيك بقاشاق سلوك كان بزين ودين بكار خراب كاري.
I don't mean that we should close all the borders against everybody who has agreements, who has legal papers, legal passports, but what we mean to control it for the smugglers and bad peoples and terrorists.
well, we do this in America. For our Mexican border and our Canadian border, we have high security to analyze every person who comes through the border. But you said you have an open border? Please explain.
الله إما أين نشتكين لأمريكا بو محافظة حدود مكسيكو كندي جودي كي زور بكارينين بوي أوانا نينا جورو بلام إيو تان حدودي كراو من هي ما بس تجي لحدودي كراو
أو حدوداني كالين كراوي هيزي طواوي لينيا أجهزة لينيا يا وسائل تري لينيا كبتو أنا مراقبة حدود كان كابو أو كأخل كانيدين بجيرين يا كور رجليان دبكري.
We are talking about, yes, exactly, the open borders because we have many area in the border is open. They are not controlled by government or there are not enough equipment and controlling tools or fixing all the crossing border issues.
So you're saying, you know, in America we having a problem now with the Mexican people just coming in. Of
Illegal.
course, it's different. They're not terrorists. But we're building a wall to keep them out, but they're not terrorists. They're just wanting a job or something, illegals. So you're saying that there's no real, genuine security? You have no genuine security to keep the terrorists out of Iraq presently?
الله إما مكسيك حدودي مكسيك أين نشتمانية بلام ديوار من هي ديوار دروستكين سيطرة دروستكين بو أوشتانا نايلين كأوان بشرتي تيرورستين ين بو إيش أقرين ين داوي إيش أكن لأمريكا بلام لقل أوشان نايلين بلام إيوا تيرورستي شيتو أمنيتي شتيك إياد أوانا بوشوي كراوية
أوي كتو إمرو يبيني العراق كالا أردني جيرا ويا مصري جيرا ويا فلسطيني جيرا ويا يمني جيرا ويا جنسياتي غير عراقي كالعراق جيرا وأنا همول حدود كانوا دينا ناو.
Exactly what I mean. That's what I mean because when you hear in the media that a Jordanian nationality or Syrian or Iranian or any other nationality captured in Iraq, they came easily from these borders.
Easily.
Yeah.
بمعناه ويا سيطرني أنا سر حدود كان.
That means there's no control on the borders.
زوجار رنجا هنجا سار لدولة برد تلغيم كريو بهذا تناو بتقين ريتا.
And sometimes we believe that most of the vehicles of cars are bombed, fixed, bombed in other countries, and they bring it to inside Iraq.
I want to ask the Colonel a question here. Please explain to me why the U.S. military is not controlling these borders.
الله برسياري
We have
لا-
tremendous expertise in this matter and
أي بوشي
equipment.
أمريكا كنترولي أو حدودنا كالينا.
Well, you know, the situation is the same, I think, that you have with a lot of the other security apparatus in Iraq. You have a situation where the U.S. military is focusing on training Iraqis to do it, but there's not enough being trained quickly enough.
هذه أمريكي كاليريا بو تدريب ومشق كردن ليريا.
And you know, the reality of the border, well, for most of the country, but you know, I've only seen the border in this part of the country. It's a very rural, wild country. It's an area where if somebody didn't tell you this is the border, you wouldn't know it's the border. And so you need one of two things or a combination of two things: a lot of people and technology. And those two things are not in place.
اگر منو تو بچینه اوی بچه تا پیو نلینه و حدود نازنی و حدود چکار ارزکی عادی عادیه.
But
لبرو
without the
مسيطرش معنوي
technology and without the
وتكنولوجيش
people,
معنوي بو.
Americans are being killed.
Exactly.
And the very route, the door, the trap that's bringing them in there isn't being shut.
That's correct.
And they want the Iraqis to be trained to do it without the technology?
Well, it's not coming in quickly enough. That's, you know, the simple part of the problem.
Wow. That's a big problem.
أو أما أبيته هو كشتني أمريكي باشا أمريكي قال لي ريهر بوي علاقة كتدريب كاو ببيه هيج تكنولوجيا هيك أما خللها.
I would very much like this military man to talk to this military man, and I would like to listen, because I think this military man may have some questions to ask this military man that may be very helpful for me, because he's much more knowledgeable than I could possibly be.
الله من زور حزكم أم برادرك لجيش أبو لقل برادرك يوكو جنابك لجيش لهزيكي تشك دار أبوي أيش لهزيكي تشك دار أبو أوقصل غلطوا أبكا إستا لبروي أو معلوماتي زيادرو زيادر لتوتي أقاو أتناسي باشتي.
يما بلا بدايتك جنابي كون هذه شو هاتوتا كردستان ليرا حرسي حدود بان دروس كردو إسا حدود كاني كردستان تقريبا قائمة وآسان نية تسللي ليو كريبونا وعراق.
He said that at the beginning when Colonel Shute came and they based here on 101st, 2003, we started with them, they started to create border police. And somehow our borders in Kurdistan are just like to be controlled.
ودوري زور قرنقو برشاوي شي هبوا وزور بباشيش معلوماتي هبوا شارزاي باشي هبوا لسر حدود كان بويتوان راو لكردستان يسجا حدود كان بإنسان نقبة تكنولوجيا بإنسان
نموذج ديمقراطي للعراق واه.
If that not happen, there might be a good model of democracy happen in the Middle East and Iraq.
إرهابي كان جي همو خلق ديمقراط خاصة.
Terrorists are against all the democratic people.
يستهم من بيك وبجانوسي.
So that's why we have to all together, fight them.
الشعبي الأمريكي مشينا حقا نزاني همو كإرهابي كان يستحقسن بريان ساندية.
Maybe American people did not know about the fact into what extent that terrorists, expanded.
استاك أو إسلامي كان الشيعة أو سنة عميا يعني تيدير هذا.
The Shia and Sunni Islamists, they all now support terrorism.
support ناتورسنس.
Huh?
بليوه. وذا لبروا يعني خطري إرهاب زور قوريا.
That's why terrorism is a very great threat and danger.
وإيرا دتوان كردستان كان قاعدك.
And you can make here Kurdistan as a base.
لبو الليرة وانطلاق بكين لبو دجوج إرهابي كان.
So that we could, fight against terrorism from here to there.
شوك إيرا منطقة شيء آمنة.
Because it's very secure. This
شعبي
place.
كردي خوي بدوستي أمريكا هذا زاني.
And Kurdish people regard themselves as a friend of American people.
خوش يستشي زور هي لا ولا بو شيء أمريكا.
And Kurdish people love America so much.
People, government, military.
American people, military and government.
و أو حل هاو بما نجبر قناعته ويا.
And this coalition is, sourced from our conviction that we convinced with that.
وتقديري تصحياتي الشعبي الأمريكي جدا.
And Kurdish people here respect the victims of American people.
سأبوي بيعيش تما هاو كاري باشتر من هبي.
That's why we need more support and more cooperation.
أمريكا زيادة اهتمام بيربدا.
And America too, more pay attention to here.
ليرة وبتوانين هم العراق رزقار كان زاري تل التيرورست كان.
In order we make it here a source to save all the Iraq from terrorism.
Now, I have something I'd like. You can shut the camera off. I want to ask you.
between 10 people. Almost 7 or 8 they have in here. Let's try.
Get farther in.
15 or 20 prisoners with a bad smell. Same toilet, restroom inside. And sometimes the guard, he outside.
There's no light in here. You can't shoot it without the light. It's not going to come out.
In the midnight, he tried to be annoyed and to be try to wake up the prisoner. Wake up, and he shouts, screaming to the other prisoner. Basha, and I call this amazing. Amazing. I'm lost inside. Yeah, amazing. This is also on this side, the guard, he walked here and he made a noisy. Yeah, wake up.
Couldn't sleep.
Yes. And in this side, in this part of the jail, the rest in the end, sometimes they use it to the other prisoner, or sometimes it was empty. And at the 7 morning early, they opened to each prisoner the door of the restroom, and for a while, just for 2-3 minutes, will be done the process. Go and do your process. Go, 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 for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And they close the door until 7 evening.
Oh.
Yeah. This man, he was a good man. He got suffering, and they killed this man. They hung him in the Abu Ghraib jail.
Why?
Because he was he wanted to live in peace. He wanted to be freedom as a Kurdish people.
He was a writer.
Yes, he was teacher.
Teacher.
Yeah, yeah. He has many memory here. Yeah, he wrote for the guard. Sometimes they move the desk at that side, and he watching, and the other guard from the window, the watching point, they look into the woman, and sometimes they screaming at the party. I don't know which party, but he was a guerrilla. He was a Peshmerga, Kurdish fighter. This is a true story. They brought her daughter with that woman. Okay. Sometime look at the barbed wire. Yeah. Sometimes they brought the prisoner and without shirt, without jumper, by this way, through this way, and they push him, and they hold him up for 14 minutes. Depend on the job of him, if he responsible or if he a high leader or a fighter, or depend on the situation of him. Who is it? If he a high political man, maybe he got suffering for a long time, according to the job of him. Okay?
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
And when they took him down, they put him like this.
Where were
process.
you? Where were you?
This same jail.
But did you go?
Yes, many times.
This time?
Until now, I have pain. I'm suffering with my shoulders and my neck. I have pain. Sometimes they arrested me.
Okay, I want you to look in the camera.
Hmm?
Do you have light in this room?
Yeah. No, here. We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take
No,
it.
they.
What is this say?
The cable.
Cable?
Yes, cable. And should be when he done the torture should be run. Should not be swelling the foods. Okay. The feet.
Right.
After they decided to change this room because it has echo. They afraid one passenger or one visitor, one guest, he passed over. He heard the sound. It's to be shame or to get blame to those people, to executioner. Okay. They changed this room.
Tell that to the American
Yeah, okay.
people. Incorporate with this story. Tell them,
Masha.
tell them when you're ready.
بيدك زحمة لبي كم ولا كم 13
My name is Kawa Qadir. I'm from Suleimania city. I was a prisoner in the same building, the same prison. I got much suffering. I got much problem from this building. As a same prisoner, I got torturing from. No, this is a. Did you hear this? This is a investigation.
I understand.
Yeah,
With somebody's on
yeah.
the phone.
From that moment, that
Okay,
this
so-
Arabic and
so-
yes,
Sorry. Start,
Yeah.
I'll start all over.
yes,
Again, but tell them also you're in Iraq. Right
Yeah.
now, if they don't know.
yeah. I got suffering from that prison as a the prisoner. Saddam Hussein, he brought to us a problem. We tried to live as a human people in a peace life, but he didn't allow us because he was until now he's dead, but he's still dangerous because he left many people behind him. Sometimes we heard through TV, many teams they came to check out to find a bomb or atom or something like weapon belong to Saddam. But I will tell those people, Saddam he was bombed. Saddam he was devil. Saddam he brought a problem to Kurdish people.
Tell the people what happened to you.
Yeah.
You talked about the
Yeah.
arms.
Okay. As I told you, we want to try to live as a human people. I was working with the PUK party. They arrested one guy and they brought him and they tortured him as this process. And suddenly they attacked in 1986. They attacked on my house in the early morning, between 4 and 5 o'clock. I was in the bed. And suddenly they woke me and they told me, wake, with a weapon on my head. Wake. And I saw many troops, many security people belong to Saddam. They attacked on my house and he asked me, what's your name? I can't to reply on, I can't to respond, response because my tongue is like as a broke. I can't to answer. And after a while, I told him I'm Kawa, and he arrested me, and he pushed me to inside the car, and they brought me here. They bonded my eyes. Is it right? They bonded my eyes.
Blindfolded.
Yeah,
Blindfolded,
here.
yes.
Yeah, for 1 week. Just another old prisoner. They tried to feed me, to help me, and after 1 week they brought me in the same room, and they did same process, and they opened my eyes, and suddenly I heard interrogate, amazing interrogate, many questions, and they using electricity with me, and they take off my pant, and they used the electricity with my all of body, and they repeated this torturing for many times daily. Finally, I spent 7 months and 4 days in the jail. I will show you the jail later. And finally, they didn't get any information from me, and they tried to make me or to be confess, but I didn't given up until finally they told me it was my mistake, our mistake. Sorry, you are a suspect man or suspect person. Don't tell your family or your friends outside the situation, or don't explain the interrogate or the torture to other guys, because we always follow it behind you. If you heard anything, we will bring you again in the same jail.
Will you thank the American people for liberating your country, and thank them for the sacrifices they made in their sons, the death of their children, and also the suffering of their children?
Yeah, of course.
Wait a second, the camera's not on.
Right. I will ask.
1 second, the camera's
Yeah.
not on you.
Not just me, but all the people in Kurdistan. We will appreciate the people from USA, Exact, and Coalition Force, because they helped us. They got our new life, and we got opportunity to see the sun, and to return to life, and to starting, and to get a new process. It is a democracy process. You are our friend, and we are your friend, and you are our family. Please come to us, and we need your help. You need to teach us to learn the freedom